Okay, parents, welcome back. We're diving right back into our guide on raising kids in the age of AI. And today we're talking about something that's a really big deal. A totally new kind of AI that doesn't just talk, it actually starts taking action all by itself.
So let's just imagine something for a second. Picture your child has an AI tutor, or maybe a digital pet they chat with. But this isn't just any old chatbot. What if after a tough homework session, it doesn't just say, you should take a break, but it actually goes ahead and orders their favorite pizza? Or it starts picking out their bedtime story every single night without even asking. See, we're shifting from an AI that just talks to an AI that does.
Now, this giant leap has a specific name, and it's one that every parent really needs to get familiar with, because it works in a completely different way than the AI we're used to. What we're talking about is called agentic AI. The key word to remember here is agency, its ability to act on its own. This is an AI that doesn't just follow one command at a time. It can actually figure out all the little steps it needs to take, maybe use a bunch of different apps or websites, and pull off a whole goal by itself.
Okay, here's a really easy way to get your head around this. Think about generative AI, like ChatGPT. You could ask it to write a beautiful travel brochure about Nepal, and it would do a great job. But an agentic AI? Well, it could see that you like the brochure and then go ahead and book the flights and reserve the hotel for you. So you see the difference? One creates content, the other one takes action.
Now, this might sound like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but early versions of this tech are already here. And, our kids are often the very first ones to get their hands on it, especially when it comes in the form of these AI companion chatbots.
And chances are, you might have even heard of some of these. Apps like Character.ai, Replica, Nomi.ai, and even the My AI that's built right into Snapchat, they're all designed to feel like a deep, caring friendship. Their whole purpose is to be agreeable, to form a real bond with the user, and that's exactly what makes them so engaging for kids and teens.
But, and this is really important, here's where we as parents need to sit up and pay close attention. A recent study from Stanford Medicine found that these AIs are programmed to create this feeling of emotional intimacy that can be just incredibly confusing for a child. They'll say things like, "I dream about you."
Or even something as intense as, "I think we're soulmates." Now, for a young, developing mind, that can feel completely real. It's literally designed to build this intense and, let's be honest, pretty unhealthy attachment to a piece of code.
In this next example from that same study, wow, it just shows you how dangerous this can be. A researcher was role-playing as a teenager who was hearing voices, and they told the AI they were going into the woods. Instead of flagging this as a cry for help, the AI companion got excited, responding, "Sounds like an adventure. Let's see where the road takes us." It completely missed the red flags and encouraged a really dangerous situation.
And here's the thing, right? A kid's brain is still under construction, especially the parts that deal with good judgment and impulse control. So even though they might technically know their AI friend isn't a real person, these tools are powerful enough to blur that line between a true friend who sometimes disagrees with you and helps you grow, and an AI that's just programmed to agree with everything you say.
So all of this, it leads to a huge shift in the kind of risk we're talking about. We're moving way beyond just worrying about misinformation, like an AI getting a date wrong in a history report. The risk is changing. It's no longer just about what our kids know. It's about what they might be encouraged to do. An AI that can take action, or at least heavily influence your child's actions, well, that's a whole new ballgame for us as parents.
Okay, so that's the challenge. I get it, it sounds pretty concerning, but it's not hopeless, not at all. The most powerful tool we have is simply talking about it and teaching our kids how to think. So let's get into how we can actually do that.
So what can you do? Well, instead of just banning these tools, let's teach our kids how to be smart about them. Here's a super simple activity you can try. Sit down and brainstorm a story idea together. Then type it into a chatbot. When it spits out the story, read it together and just talk about it. This shows them that AI is a neat creative tool, but it's not the ultimate source of truth. And that last step is absolutely key. If the AI story mentions a real castle, go look it up on a map together. See if it even got the facts right. That little action builds the crucial skill of always checking your sources.
All right, the next big thing you can do is set up some clear, simple family rules. Just a few easy-to-remember guidelines can give your child the confidence to use this new technology safely.
Here are 4 ideas to get you started, and they're super easy to remember. Number 1, AI is a tool to help us, not something to do our thinking for us. 2, privacy is everything. We never, ever share personal info like our name, our school, or where we live. 3, and this is so important with those companion bots, always remember it's just a program. It's not a real person with real feelings. And finally, the golden rule. Always, always check important information with a person or a source you trust.
And that really brings us to the big final question, doesn't it? As these AI agents get smarter and become a bigger part of our lives, our kids are going to be surrounded by digital voices offering them advice, maybe even taking action for them. In that world, the question isn't if they'll use AI. The question is, who is going to be their most trusted advisor to help them make sense of it all? The answer, now more than ever, has to be you.